Guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over a story titled, She Committed Infidelity for 8 Years, I'm Looking for Closure, Need Advice. And guys, this is a story about a guy, he's 32 years old, and just as it says in the title, he was in a relationship or marriage with this woman for 8 years. And as it turns out, the entire time of those 8 years, guess what? She was cheating on him. And to make matters even worse, he has 2 children with her. He's not 100% sure if those kids are his, because obviously this guy is Mr. Nice Guy. Never took a paternity test, any of that, never had a paternity test done or anything like that. And basically his ex is making his life, allowing his ex to basically make his life a living hell on so many levels, especially kind of internally. And basically, he's trying to move on from her, but he's doing a piss poor job of trying to move on because he's allowing her to constantly reach out to him and be her therapist for all her problems, because a woman like this, who is trash by the way, is always going to have a big amount of problems in her life. He obviously does it to be the better man, or because he's the kid's father, and she's milking it for everything it's worth. Okay? And so he's saying he's trying to move on with his life and make things better for himself and his kids, but she keeps coming back for more and more. And obviously you're going to hear stories about how when they were breaking up, either the divorce or just the official breakup, she was trashing him and making up stories about him to anybody that would listen, friends, new lovers for her, family, you name it. And it's just been one shit show after another. And so guys, I'm doing this because there's 3 very important lessons that I'm going to point out as I go through this story here, so that you guys do not end up in a situation like this guy one way or another. Or if you guys are in a situation that resemble this scenario, that you can take corrective action immediately to cut that bullshit out of your life, because you don't need it, okay? So I'm going to jump right into it, guys. Starts off, this is my first post on Reddit. I'm a 32-year-old male, and I'm trying to get my thoughts together to ask questions from my 30-year-old female ex who's been trying to get back into my life. Why she cheated the whole 8 years of our relationship. There is 0 chance of reconciliation. We have 2 children, ages 6 and 8. We have been split for 4 years, and I haven't been able to get past it. I've done therapy, I've tried dating, I've been going to the gym, I've been focusing on me and my children. I'm financially stable with a job that I love and enjoy. Overall, life is good. But I cannot get over what she has done, which has ruined any chance of me with potential partners. So he's allowing all the bullshit that she did to him in their relationship of those 8 years, and what she's been doing now to basically pretty much determine how his life goes in the relationship department. He's giving power to her to fuck him up, okay? And that's complete freaking weakness, all right? And this guy's obviously, as you're going to find out, the classic nice guy with no self-respect and lets people walk all over him, including his ex. And if this guy, you're going to find out now and later on, this guy's obviously looking to move on and obviously do relationships. And obviously after what he's learned, a wise man would use that experience that he went through, all this bad shit, which you're going to hear more about, to basically make sure that anybody he ever dates or gets involved with going forward is definitely going to be in a probation period for a while. I advise all you guys that do relationships to not jump into them too quickly. And the person you start dating, you really take your time getting to know them, finding out what they're like, many, many, many months into it, at the bare minimum, to find out what they're really like. Because anybody can put up an act in the beginning during the honeymoon period. Anybody can do that. And everybody's on probation until you find out what's going on. And even then, always look to see if there's any red flags. Okay? A lot of guys don't do that because they're so caught up with the emotions and the great sex and all that stuff. They let things go. They turn a blind eye and they get burned, and they don't see what's really going on that anybody else can see. But this guy, he's doing good in the sense that he's trying to get past all this bullshit. He's going to the gym. He has a job that he likes. He has a good relationship with the kids. I mean, all that's good. But he can't get her out of his damn head. And he has all this communication with her. Major mistake. He says, why I'm here is because she has been reaching out telling me how awful her life is. with her partner, who she's been with 1 week after I left her. They have 2 children together, and she's been talking about leaving him. I then sent her a message saying the following. So, the first lesson of this situation, guys, which I told you about, is number 1, this is what happens when you're being the nice guy. Okay, when you don't value yourself and don't have a self-worth, you let people walk all over you, okay? And it's unfortunate how guys have been molded to be this way over the last few decades, to be the Mr. Nice Guy and all that, and let everybody else basically treat you like crap, but as long as you're the good guy. That's a bunch of bullshit. And no man that has self-respect, that has some status and some value, will ever tolerate that crap, okay? He may have in the past, but once he started getting his life together and making good money and having some success and in good shape and he's healthy and happy, nobody like that's going to allow this kind of crap in their life. They will... Sometimes people like that will come into your life but you have value and you have some life experience. You can be quick to spot the bad behavior and kick them the hell out. But these typical nice guys, because they think they're worth nothing, have no self-respect, self-esteem, they're taken advantage of. As you can see here, and how she's always been reaching out to him and sabotaging his moving on. Second big thing, lesson in the story is, guys, is when you're done with an ex, you're done. Move on. Okay? You're not going to be their therapist. You're not going to be their buddy. There's a reason you broke up. Move on. Why guys continue to keep talking to their exes and be their buddy or go back to them, I don't get it. And also, guys, the only situation is with him is he's got kids with her, which he's not 100% sure as you're going to see if they are his kids. Dealing with the ex with the kids, it needs to be just about the kids, and that's all. That's it. Keep the communication by text or email, something you can have a record of. And basically, it's just about the kids. Nothing more. You're not her buddy, not her therapist. Otherwise, you get dragged into a bunch of crap that you don't need to be dragged into. But a lot of guys can't say no. So those are the 2 lessons so far, guys. There's a third one. He says, and this is by him writing her a letter, basically trying to tell him his thoughts, because he wants to have closure on all the crap she did to him. He ain't going to get closure, and it's not worth it anyway, because she's, as you're going to see, a very devious person. She's a liar. She's trash, to be honest with you, a cheater. So why the hell would he want to deal with that? His letter to her starts, I think we should stick to just communicating when it's just about the boys. I mean, you burned me pretty bad, and then you want to use me as an emotional band-aid. I'm trying to take the high road and be supportive. And I'm sorry life is hard for you, but it's been a rough time going through the damage you put me through, and I'm not trying to hash up old crap because this one doesn't matter to you. This guy has these giant run-on sentences here. So already he's being the Mr. Nice Guy. He's saying you burned me pretty bad and did all that, and yet I'm the one being supportive. I'm the one being your emotional bandit, as he calls it. In other words, he's being her therapist. He doesn't have to do shit. All he has to do is make the payments, whatever the courts say in terms of child support for the boys, or if there was an alimony for her, and obviously be wherever to pick up the boys for his weekends with them, or drop them off at this time, or whatever things they split up. That's about it. Nothing more. But she keeps sucking him into her drama. He says, I don't want to hash up old crap because 1, it doesn't matter to you, and 2, it may not be relevant in your life, but it still affects me. This guy's allowing her crap to affect him. It wasn't even a full week you started seeing someone else after we broke things off. Dude, I guarantee you she had not only one dude, but multiple dudes in the picture before you guys broke up. Guarantee a woman like this, there's no way. And I mean, he knows that she obviously was cheating on him for 8 years, whether it was continuously or not, but why do you think she was cheating on him? Aside from the fact that she's trash, which you guys are finding out more and more here as I go through the story, but this guy's weak and a pushover and a doormat and no self-respect for himself. So why is she going to have self-respect for him? And by the way, I just quick did the numbers in my head. He's 32 and she's 30. They've been broken up for 4 years. So when they broke up, he would have been 28. And he says that they were together for 8 years, meaning they got together. He was 20 years old and she was 18. What does that tell you? How many times have I done stories like this, guys, where it's this absolute mess, and the common theme is always that they got together in a serious relationship or a marriage at a very early age. They're kids. They have no goddamn life experience, and they probably didn't have a very good role model in terms of parents to show them how to act in a healthy relationship. So what do you expect? This is today's world. So as I tell you guys all the time, first of all, don't get married, guys. But if you do, wait until you're 30 years old. Get a lot of life experience. Grow the hell up. Because most people coming out of college nowadays at 22, 23 years old, they have the same level of maturity that people did when I was graduating high school. In other words, people are maturing much later and later because they have shitty role models and they're spoiled. You know, I mean, I remember my mom used to tell me how back when she graduated high school, back in the early 60s, it was completely common that you get men and women, they graduate high school, they're 18 years old, and within a year or so, at 19, maybe 20, they were getting married. They were going off to a job, usually the guy in a factory or something, because I came from a small town in Pennsylvania. The guys would go off to a factory or something, and the woman would be the homemaker, and they get married. But they had way more maturity back then than they do now, in this spoiled generation. He goes on. You labeled me a horrible person and told many people things that didn't even happen. And you more than once tried to use, and he says the partner of hers, and other things in your life to throw in my face to try and make me jealous. She sounds like a catch, doesn't she? I gave you money for an abortion you wanted with the partner's child, and then continued to trash talk me and told private things about my life to the partner, which he used against me. So this woman's with the guy that she was obviously with before him, cheating, and she got pregnant, and he gave her money, his money, for her to get an abortion with this guy's child. Again, you know, on the one hand, you feel bad for this guy for the bad treatment he gets and everything like that. On the other hand, it's his own damn fault because he's too much of that weak, nice guy. So it's my job to help. This is why I'm on your asses, guys, about self-improvement, bettering yourselves, having some self-respect for yourself so you don't put up with this crap, and therefore people won't put this stuff in your life. And if they even try to treat you with disrespect or take advantage of you, you know all the signs, they're out of there. That's what I'm trying to mold my viewers and guys that aren't quite in that place yet, trying to help you guys get to that place so people like this, toxic trash like this lady here, don't take advantage of you. He says, then you asked me if you could move in so you could get a head start on getting your own place. And you meet a guy for a one-nighter, and you told him I was an abuser, because after you told me what a psycho he was, I contacted him to tell you to leave you, and again, everything you told me, he used against me when I was trying to defend you and help you. So after all that, the guy let her move back into his place, even after all the shit she was doing to him during the relationship and after the relationship, and then she was having one-nighters with a guy and stirring up a bunch of drama. Guys, there are people in this world that everything in their life is a big drama fest. Okay, they bring turmoil wherever they go. Avoid these people like the plague. They may be a lot of fun to hang out with, you know, as a buddy going out and everything, but people like that, there's always some drama, some turmoil. Get them out of your life, okay? Because your life, the people you spend time with, guys, are going to impact you and your life, whether you want to admit it or not. So that's why, even if it's family members, if you got family members, even if you love them as your brother or cousin or sister, whatever, if they're causing a lot of turmoil in your life and making it worse, you got to distance yourself from them, okay? You got to draw a line in the sand and say, no more. And I don't give a shit if it's family as well. I got family members I don't have anything to do with, okay? But it took a while to get to that point. He goes on, then trying to call someone to plow my driveway, I get the embarrassing conversation of yet again being labeled a horrible person. I'm not trying to tell you this to hurt you. I'm just trying to get you to understand where I'm coming from and why I can't be your emotional security. Because you can't offer the respect in return. She's not going to give this guy respect because this guy doesn't respect himself. I appreciate the apology and the nice card you got me, but I can't be that person for you, and I'm sorry because I do not understand what you're going through because you used to do it to me. I am sorry for the hard times you're going through. Classic nice guy. But this is the life you chose, and I can't be the supportive person you want me to be. I feel crappy for saying this, but it's something I have to get off my chest. More nice guy shit. This guy doesn't owe her an apology for jack shit, okay? All this drama and crap that she's done to him, put him through, all he has to do is basically obviously make the child support payments and pick the kids up when it's his weekend and drop them off when the weekend's over, and anything involving just the kids, that's it. He shouldn't be having any communication with her, okay? She's just making him crazy, as you can see. But he's allowing it, okay? He's allowing this into his life. She's an asshole, don't get me wrong, but he's enabling her behavior. Let her be somebody else's problem. And honestly, after hearing what she's like, he ought to be trying, if his life's in order, except for everything with her, this guy should be trying to get custody of those kids, because she's going to screw him up. He did say they're 2 boys, and thank God for that, because if she had 2 girls, that's it, it's over with. There's hope for the boys, but this guy, being the weak little bitch that he is going to show the boys what manhood is, and the odds are they're going to act like weak little bitches. So I want this guy to get his life in order and become stronger, better version of himself, and set that example for those boys. There's hope for him. I'm giving this guy a shot, saying there's hope for him. So after this, I'm thinking what a great time to ask her for some answers to get some closure for me and my mental health, right? Wrong. Is it worth it? No. Is it worth it? Should I ask? I'm having a hard time coming up with questions, and I'm thinking this might be something that can help me move on. I'm not sure. So here I am. I know one question I'm still on the fence about, knowing as if my children are actually mine. Aha. That's a very reasonable question. I love my boys with all my being, and I don't think I could take it if I found out they were not mine. If I didn't have children with my ex, I would go no contact. But having children, I have no choice. So if you were in my shoes, what would you do? Comments. So that is a choice he's going to have to make, okay? I don't have kids, so I have no idea what it's like to have kids and then unfortunately have to question whether they're mine or not. I don't know what that's like, okay? If he wants to do it, he can do it, but he may find out they're not his kids. And so the question is, if he finds out they're not his kids, what's he going to do? Is he going to say, that's it? I'm done with this bullshit. They're not my kids. You lied. Sorry, boys. I thought you were my kids all these years. Or does he say, you know what? I thought they were my kids. I've become their father anyway. I'm still going to stick with them. Who the hell knows? And also, how would things go if it was found out that they actually weren't his kids? How would things go with regards to the courts and child support payments? That's a whole other can of worms there. But I'm going to read a couple comments that some people left here, guys, just to share I'm not the only one thinking some of these things. One guy says, this is going to be harsh. Apologies in advance. You seem like a good guy. Number 1, paternity test. Yes, you need to know. Number 2, you will not get closure with her, certainly not the type for which you are looking. Remember this quote, the best revenge is a life well lived. Right. This guy needs to get his shit together and move the hell on, cut off all communication with her except for the kids, if in fact they are his kids and he goes down that route to find it. And yeah, he's not going to get closure with her because she's a liar. She's a liar, she's trash, she's devious, she's a cheater, she's a user. Done. Number 3, stop engaging her. If the conversation does not involve your kids, see number 1, delete, unless the lawyer tells you otherwise. At a minimum, do not respond, move on. Number 4, FFS, stop giving her money. Unless I misread that. She is entitled to what is the divorce decree, nothing more, nothing less. Exactly. Why the hell is he letting her move in with him? Why the hell did he give her money for an abortion? Why the hell is he doing all this other stuff? Whatever the court said he has to do, that's it. Number 5, I would be leery of her trying to... This is a little fucked up, so I'm not going to read this part here, but basically... And one other person says, if one or both are not yours, consult your lawyer. Financially, you may be on the hook anyway. And emotionally, this would be a wrecking ball, but knowing is better than doubt. So, these 2 people thought he should get a paternity test. That's up to him. But anyhow, guys, so the lessons of the story is about the whole nice guy thing. Guys, you got to have self-respect. You got to get yourself in a place that you've bettered yourself so much that you're proud of yourself, you like who you are, and you've gained enough status and value as a man. You got so much going on for you. Make good money, good job, own your own business maybe, dress well, take care of yourself, in good shape, have lots of good friends, women that like you. You're not going to tolerate bad treatment from anybody. You'll see it a mile away. occasionally toxic people are going to come into your life, but you will obviously have learned enough that you can get rid of them. But don't be that weak, nice guy that just allows everybody to take advantage of him. Again, the classic nice guy is the one that puts everybody's needs before his needs. You got to put your needs first. Second lesson is that in regards to the exes, they're out of the picture, okay? And if you got kids with them, that's it. It's only about the kids, okay? The payments every month, you got to make the payments. And also, when you pick them up, when you drop them off, that type of stuff. Nothing more. You're not there to be her therapist, her buddy, any of that shit. Would it be nice if you guys can be civil and cordial with each other? Of course. Hello. Hope you're doing well. That's it. Nothing more. Don't let them get involved in your life, stir a bunch of shit. And number 3, important lesson from this story is always wear protection. Because guys, for you guys watching this now and you're young and you got that girl you're dating or you're in a relationship and you have that time where you want to hook up and guess what? You don't have protection and she says, don't worry about it, baby, I'm taking the pill. No. You don't do it then. You march your ass over to CVS or Walgreens and you get your protection and come back and fuck her. Okay? You do not just go along with it and hope to pull out quick enough or that she's on the pill. Because stories like this, you can end up getting her pregnant and then have to deal with her ass and the kids for 18 years. Okay? So the girl you're dating right now or hooking up with, unless you can think that being with her, a part of your life for 18 years as she got pregnant is appealing. If it isn't appealing, then always wear protection. And even better yet, don't even get involved with women like that to begin with. I don't care how hot she is or how freaky she is in the sack. Okay? These are important lessons, guys. So, alright guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.